Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the WitEden 3x3 Mixup Plus cube. I did have an unboxing video for this, but I lost it when my computer's hard drive failed a while ago, as well as many other unboxings, which is why I haven't had one in a while. But don't worry, I've got a bunch of unboxings coming up soon. So now if you haven't seen this puzzle, I want to go and kind of tell you a little bit about it. I've had it for a while now, and it did stump me for quite a while. I mixed it up and I tried to solve it, and I just couldn't get it. And I let it sit there until finally somebody made one tutorial on it, and that was Petethegeek. And I'll leave a link in the description to his tutorial, so if you have this puzzle and can't solve it, you can use his tutorial. It works perfectly. Now the way this puzzle works is exactly like a 3x3. It moves on all axes just like a 3x3, and you might be wondering, if you've never seen this before, what these pieces in the middle are, because here we have an edge piece, but then we have these other two, and these obviously can't move because there's no line through here, and that would make it a 5x5. But so the way it works is you can actually, instead of having to do a full turn like this, you can turn it halfway, and now you can see that these line up, and now it moves, and it mixes up really fast, and that is why it's called the Mixup Plus. Because of that added challenge, I've never dealt with algorithms like that or moves like that, which is why I couldn't really get it on my own. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are really, really talented puzzle solvers, and I know how to solve a puzzle or two, but when it comes to figuring out brand new algorithms using absolutely no methodology I've ever seen before, I gotta admit, like, I'm stumped. So I did resort to a tutorial on it, and it worked perfectly. Now the turning on this puzzle is actually really good. Like, at first it still catches a little bit, but at first it caught a lot, and it didn't corner cut at all. And it's not a cube that you really want to speed cube anyways. It's it's not a WCA recognized puzzle, but it does corner cut a little bit. It does not reverse corner cut at all, but that's totally fine because we're not speed cubing. But it has softened up quite a bit. If I was to do an algorithm, I cannot do it as fast, and as you can see, the corner cutting isn't really great, so it does trip me up. There I'm doing the T permutation that I always do, which is really weird. I don't know why I do that. But the turning actually is really, really good. You can scramble it just like a 3x3 and solve it exactly like a 3x3 as well. And this thing is actually pretty big. Here, I'll show you next to a regular 3x3. So this is the CamCuber Zanchi, and that's how big it is. Actually, if you really want to know how big this puzzle is, and you have a Rubik's 4x4, go ahead and grab that, because they are exactly the same size. So it's exactly the same size as a Rubik's 4x4. And you can see that the WitEden logo is on there as well. And now, I don't know why, but WitEden and HK Now Store have the same logo. I'm not sure why that is. So even in this state, this puzzle is pretty fun to solve as a 3x3. But if we really want to mix it up, we got to start doing some of these moves. So we can turn it like this, and then we can turn the middle slice again, and then move it. Now, when you are turning these to these angles, you can't really corner cut. Like, you can a little bit, but you really got to line it up, otherwise pieces will start catching. And the method to solve this was definitely not how I was trying to solve it. The first thing you have to do is get all the centers in place, because as you can see, this is the center, and now it's in an edge position. So not only can you move the edges out of their, I guess, orbit, you can move the centers as well. So that is an added challenge, and you have to make sure that everything goes in the right way. And so the way that you do it is you get all the centers in and the edges in at the same time. Now the centers don't have to be where they need to be, they just need to be, I guess, oriented. And the edges need to be here, but they can be flipped either way. Like, this is incorrectly flipped, as you can see, but you can flip it this way or this way, it doesn't matter. And once that are done, then you permute them, so you flip them correctly, and then you match up, or then you flatten out these pieces, because let's see if I can find one here. Here you can see that these are not flat anymore. And so you need to flatten those, and then you just start matching things up, and it's just not how I thought it would be. I thought you would do like a whole trio at once, and that's just not how it is at all. Let's just mix this one up a little bit more. It's good to get a really good scramble on this cube, so it's a little bit difficult to solve, because I've solved it a few times now, and I find that if you don't scramble it up really good, things just tend to fall into place a little easier than they should. All right, so there we have a pretty good scramble. and I'm not going to solve it right now. It takes me quite a while to solve this puzzle. But if you feel like you want to get one of these, you can use the link in the description, and it'll take you right to where I got it, and then you can order it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.